OCM.
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 We would like to acknowledge that Camosun College
is located on the traditional territories
of the Lkwugen and W SÁNEĆ peoples.
In respect of these cultures, our college is proud to recognize that
Camosun is an indigenous word meaning
where different waters meet and transform.
We are empowered to be a vibrant, life-changing center
where people from different backgrounds meet, learn together, and are changed.
Camosun College is honored for
the opportunity that we all have to work, learn,
and compete on these lands.
Haichka.
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 Sport education. Tonight, it's a matchup between the Columbia Bible College Bearcats and the Camosun Chargers. I'm Charles Parkinson. I'll be bringing you all the action right here at center court. And joining me is Eduardo Bita, a perennial all-star in the CCAA and the PACWEST Conference. Now, Eduardo, the Bearcats are 1-3 so far. The Chargers are 3-1, and they're playing at home. How important is it for CBC to get out of this weekend with at least a split?
Well, good evening, Charles. Good evening, everyone. For the Bearcats, it's going to be really important for them to get back on the win column, right? They're coming off a win against the Carter Avalanche. And tonight, in order to get a win, they would have to serve the ball really well in order to put the Chargers out of system, in order to limit the production of players like Erica Bolick, Rylan Borman, and Chantel Dobie in the middle.
And certainly they have the athletes to do that. One of the strongest servers in the league, certainly leading in aces, is on their side of the court. Let's take a look at the Chargers now. Now, if you're the coach of the Chargers, you got to be feeling pretty confident. Are you going to mix your lineup where you have maybe some veterans and some players that don't play so much? Or are you really still trying to establish who you are as a team?
For the Chargers, they're coming off a loss to the VIU Mariners. So it's important for them to establish themselves as a team right now, right? It's important for them to put their best players on the court right now so they can set the tone for this match. If they don't set the tone, it can get dangerous for the Chargers here at Pisces.
Well, it'll be really interesting to see how this one unfolds and how these strategies match up against each other. And we're going to turn it over to the public service address announcer, Ian LaHaye, in just a moment. He will take us through the starting lineup and the pre-game protocol as we get ready for this tilt here at Camosun College.
Good evening and welcome to the Pacific Institute of Sport Education at Camosun Introducing the starting lineup, starting with the visiting Columbia Bible College Bearcats. Number 1, outside hitter, Meredith Edgar. Starting with number 5, Emma Jackson. Center number 6, Olivia Patterson. Middle number 7, Hannah Mead. Outside number 9, Nicole Reed. Outside number 10, Michaela Reason. Outside 13, Jill Markey. And in the middle, 14, Elise Anderson. The Bearcats are coached by Rebecca Weed and assisted by Matt Adrian, Jamie Rootsma, Andy Enns, Jody Enns, and Seth Weed. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bearcats. And now it's time to meet the starters for your Camosun. On the mean streets of Gulf, Alberta, number 3, Eden Van. Setting us up, number 6, Avery Benson. Your first team all-star out of PCX, number 7, Erica Wood. On the outside out of Red Deer, number 11, Rodney Wood. From Shannon Arm, 13, Chantal Dory. On a Smelly Sports Team, Talia from the hilly hills of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, 15, Sloan Thompson. And out of Hunting Hill High, 17, Paige Rodriguez. Returning to coach by Brent Hall. Assisted Sarah Smith, Chris Gutierrez, Lawrence Landon, Senior Taylor Martin, and Steve Dudley. Ladies and gentlemen, your Camosun Chargers. First referee, Mark Liddell.
Welcome back to the Pacific Institute for Sport Education. And we're just finishing up the pre-game protocol for this match. Teams have been introduced, starting lineups are in place, and the teams will shake hands at the middle as the referees get set to go. And looking at these starting lineup, Ed, it looks like you were right. The Chargers going with the majority of their veterans out there.
That's right. They do have to set the tone early on. They cannot allow the Bearcats, to enjoy the game, to feel the game, and to be hot on their service game.
Well, as you mentioned, the Bearcats were 1-1 against the Avalanche last week up in Cranbrook. So they can be a dangerous team, and they've certainly made a lot of gains over the last couple of years, missing the playoffs by only a single match last year.
The Bearcats, they have been on a development over the last few seasons, right? Last season, like you said, missing the playoffs for one win only. So hopefully this season, they're hopeful they can get to that position and fight for a playoff spot.
Well, their coach, Rebecca Weeb, has really made a difference with the squad for the Bearcats. On the other side, a lot of experience as Brent Hall is on the sidelines very early on, explaining perhaps some strategy to one of the liberos on the sideline there. As we are underway, first pass is taken. It's an overbump and a double contact as the setter, number 6, Avery Hansen, she tried to dunk that one, but it didn't go over, so it doesn't count as a block.
Doesn't count as a block, count as a tack ball, and two touches from the Camosun setter.
So Mark Lindell, the up referee, right on the spot there. Another difficult serve is put in. Chargers coming out of the pipe, and that one is successful from the center back position of the court.
Great work by the Chargers. You can tell the Bearcats are starting their serving game really strong right now. So we'll see how the Chargers handle that.
So that was Borman out of the back row, getting her first kill as Talia Cook puts it in play. Oh, and some miscommunication gives a free ball to the Chargers, and here they come on the wing, and it's going down. Tell you, you give Bolink a pretty easy contact there and a weak block. She's going to make you pay.
Erica is starting this game right where she left last week, going nice and strong on that line shot on a single block.
And this one, the sniveler right on the top of the tape. And now when you're in the passing lineup here, both teams playing a specialized system, the two outsides and the lib passing, but on tough serves, is your weight back on your heels a little bit?
Yeah, you have to be prepared to move forward at all times, right? It's much easier to move forward than to back pedal. So, and now a miss by Talia.
So the Bearcats get one back there, but they are trailing by a single point here early in set number 1. And into the net, Kiana Wee puts it. And we're playing rally point here, so if you miss that serve, you actually give a free point to your opponent. So the consequences of a miss here are big. Here's an easy ball, put down and just hit out of bounds. Right there is Elise Anderson, but her angles didn't seem right.
Didn't seem right. It was a good pass by the Bearcats. Great set by the setter. Just the middle blocker not able to connect.
Another perfect pass in the middle. Straight back they go, but the Chargers are there. Bowling on the tip. It's rejected.
Number 14, Elise Anderson. Number 2 in blocks in the conference right now. So watch out for more of those as the game moves on.
And height-wise, these Bearcats matching the Chargers. That big block was there. Dig around the block, and the contact on transition is excellent down the line.
Great transition game by the Bearcats. Great service, out-of-system ball for the Chargers. Dig by the libero, and then outside hitter smashing that ball down the line. Great job by the Bearcats.
That was Emma Jackson making the dig. Here come the Chargers, off serve receive, and it's an error on the outside. And that looked like it was Eden Van Brabant outside the antenna.
And this can be a tough position too for the Chargers, right? Where the setter is in position number 1. Next serve is Erica, so let's see how the Chargers handle this.
Position number 1, of course, is right back. And speaking of right back, the Chargers do exactly that.
Textbook play by the Chargers. A+ pass right at setter Avery Hansen hands, and then able to connect. Erica's serving right now.
And she has been deadly from the service line. Big spin serve, lots of top spin, lots of weight. There's an example of it. Just trying to get that ball up in the air. And an error committed by number 9, that's Nicole Reed. The opposite, she goes long.
And that's the importance of a great service, right? Erica able to put a lot of weight on that spin serve, leaving the Bearcats out of system.
Going for number 2 down the line, and this one is a clean ace.
And it almost feels like we're repeating ourselves here, Charles. Erica, her best skill in the game of volleyball, that's for sure, serving the ball so good at it.
And she's been quite consistent considering it's such a high-risk serve. And that's what I mean. Sometimes if it gets away from you, it is a long way away. So this is Nicole Reed on the end line for CBC. Oh, it's an overpass, and you pay the price when you do that.
Great service by number 9, Nicole Reed. Really experienced player, 5th year outside hitter out of Chilliwack, BC.
And Jill Barker, she's up in the front left side of the court there. She spotted that early and set herself up to club that one down. But the Chargers showing some patience, some consistency, bang that off hands.
Double block in front of Ryland, still able to use those hands and get a kill. Great job by the left side.
So both teams playing pretty good side-out volleyball so far. Only a 2-point gap. As the back set down the line, but it is hit out of bounds. And really the difference so far in terms of the point gap is just on errors by the Bearcats.
Yeah, this game's gonna be details, right? If the Bearcats do everything well but are not able to finish it off, then it's gonna be a tough night for the Bearcats.
Straight back it goes, dug by the Chargers. Friesen wasn't able to put it down, but on the other side, the Chargers finish with a flourish.
And that's what happens when you don't connect very well on your side out, right? You give almost a free ball to the Chargers and they just come right back at you.
You can't give Van Brabant that kind of easy kill. In the middle, digs made. And Chargers off hands again. So you see the Chargers now starting to get some angles, pretty active defensively.
Chargers pretty active on defense right now. Lots of transition game, and every time they're having a chance to swing that ball, they're taking a chance.
And that forces a timeout from the Bearcats, and while they're talking about it, we'll take a timeout as well. Welcome back to the interurban campus of Camosun College. We are early in this match. It is 12-7, the Chargers. Now, it was just a 2-point game, what seemed like just a moment ago, and then there was a flurry of digs and transition points that came from the Chargers, kind of figuring out the angles.
Yeah, it just shows the Chargers' strength, right? If you don't side out that ball right away, right, then you get a chance for the Chargers to transition that ball or even block it like Riley just did. So Chargers showing off their strength right now.
Yes, Borman was right there. The set may be just a little tight to the net, but right now the Bearcats don't have an answer. Can't finish. Outside it goes. There's the shot down the line, and that one is long again. So just bleeding points at this time.
And the Chargers showing a lot of consistency, right? On my count here, maybe just one missed serve so far, just putting a lot of pressure on the Bearcats.
And another errant pass, and there's no chance for that ball to come up. Olivia Pedersen running almost into the referee stand just to try to get her hands on it, but can't control it. And so we're going to see a substitution now on the Bearcats side of the court as Abby Leading comes in. She'll be out on that left side. Jill Barkey going out. And a good strategic move. How many times have we seen that on substitutions? The next player serves long.
So many times, Charles. That's actually a coach's point.
Anderson. Middle blocker on the end line, putting that ball in play, and she returns the favor as that one sails long as well.
And Anderson being such a tall player, right? Stands at 6'1", lots of angle on that serve, just not able to hit it.
Well, you got to drive that ball deep and down, as the Chargers are now putting it in play, and that's a tough serve. Out of system come the Bearcats, and out of the court goes the ball.
Van Brabant, one of the best servers in the game as well, currently ranked number 4th in the conference.
And there's another timeout taken by the CBC team. They only have 2 to use, and they need to talk this over. Set 1 of this 5-set match sees the Chargers in a commanding position right now, a 17-8 lead, as their serve is causing the Bearcats all kinds of trouble. Every time the Bearcats have a good pass, they're able to make the finish. But if it's 3 or 4 meters back, they're just making lots of errors.
And that's the danger when playing a tough serving team like the Chargers.
So there's another shaky ball. Gives a transition opportunity to the Chargers. Doug. So here's a bit of a rally. Nice to see. And the back set and down. And there's that back step.
Talia Cook on that slide ball, able to connect with Avery, being very effective so far in the season. Talia, number 14 for the Chargers.
You see this a lot in women's volleyball with that backslide where you're taking off on one foot and then drifting all the way to the right-hand side. Another shot here, another errant pass. Dug by the Chargers, and in transition, the block is saved, and this one is hit out of bounds finally. And that was Rylan Borman just driving it a little bit long, trying to go over the top or maybe off the top of hands.
Yeah, she saw 2 blockers in front of her, one recycle ball there, tried to go long, just not able to connect.
The Chargers making a substitution now. Right. Olivia Pedersen, Avery Hansen coming out, the setter, and coming in, Christina Sofakidis. Double subs, actually. So this is a pretty tactical move where you want to maintain that 3 blockers in the front row and you put the new person in the back row.
That's right. Switching the setter for the right side and the right side for the setter.
They don't get a chance to test it out as the ball is served into the net. And here's another substitution, and this is what you talked about earlier in our opening, Ed, where you have to start by establishing your rhythm, and then maybe you can bring other players in through the sets.
And that's exactly what the Chargers did.
And there it is, coming cold off the bench, which is always difficult. Quinn Tournier drives that right into the tape. But she's going to stay in. We'll have a chance to dig some balls out of the back row. On the other side, it's Jill Barkey on the end line. The jump float, it's a tough one. Kept alive somehow, I don't know how, but the Chargers aren't able to put it over.
Nice hustle by the Chargers, still able to touch that ball, just not able to put it over the net.
And that's what you call the pancake dig, with your hand and the ball on the ground at the same time. Trying to get it to bounce up, and there's another over bump. And this time the error charged to Paige Rosalinski, as 2 points in a row for the Bearcats as they pounce on that.
And that's what the Bearcats have to do if they want to cut this lead, right? They have to serve really well.
Nicole Reed on that one. There's a 3-meter pass set to the wing and an error from the Chargers into the tape. And that was one of the rare, really high sets that we've seen.
And that's the importance of putting up a good serve, right? Not so much of a good pass, 2 blockers in front of Erica, forcing her into the mistake.
So 3 in a row now for the Bearcats as they're battling to try to stay alive. Another error. There's no chance for that ball to even go over.
Bearcats with a little bit of momentum here. That beat was so much bigger, 19-14 now. Bearcats back into the game.
And we've talked about volleyball being a game of momentum. And this one was definitely out, but it was taken out of the back row. And the transition shot from the wing, it looked like that was Nicole Reed banging it off the Charger hands.
Nicole Reed, number 9, reigning PACWEST Athlete of the Week, 5th-year outside hitter from Chilliwack, BC. Currently ranked number 4th in kills per set in the conference.
So the Chargers now are returning all of their starters to the lineup. Brent Hall has seen enough and wants to reestablish some consistency out there. So we'll see if they can use this to their advantage. Ball's in, passes up. Right side by Cook is dug, and it manages to score. So that change in personnel makes all the difference for the Chargers as they hit the 20 mark.
Chargers able to get out of that rotation and get back on the service line.
And this one served into the tape by Talia Cook, and we have just talked about this over and over about the importance of the serve. And in rally point, of course, you miss your serve, but you also give away a point. You don't want to make it too simple because the passers are so good. So the margins are really thin. There's an over bump, and it is called, I think, a center line violation or a lift from the officials. So that point goes to the Chargers. Hansen put that one in, and on the outside, it is clubbed. And Nicole Reed having some good times out on that left side of the court. She's a right-handed athlete, so that's her strong side.
Nicole Reed with a great attack. She's a great player, currently ranked number 5th in total offense in the conference.
So 3-meter line pass, but that doesn't make a difference when you are hitting on the outside like Erica Bolink. Inside, outside, close, far back, it doesn't matter. Just give me the ball.
Erica's getting lots of volume right now, and as it should, right? And being that player, getting the Chargers out of trouble.
And she's on the line trying to put the other team in trouble, but this one, again, into the net. So the Chargers, who've been pretty consistent from the end line, a few errors creeping in set number 1 here. Reed on the end line. She goes down the line. Doug in the back row. In transition, here come the Bearcats, off the hands and out of bounds, and that was Michaela Friesen.
Michaela Friesen, number 10, a rookie outside hitter from Abbotsford, British Columbia, is standing at 6'1", tallest on the team.
So the gap, which was very wide just a few minutes ago, has narrowed, but that certainly won't help the Bearcats' cause as the serve goes wide, and it puts Camosun at 23. Remember, we're playing to 25 here, must win by 2, best of 5. Hand pass taken in the middle. The set, though, is absolutely roofed. 2-person block on that side.
Talia and Eden, tall block in front of the Bearcats player. Tough to go through.
This is set point for the Chargers. Block is forming. Diggs made. Here's a chance to put the set out of reach, but it's Doug. On the wing, touch. Chargers in transition, free ball. Can the Bearcats capitalize? They're going back set. Great rally here, back and forth it goes, but it is rejected in the middle there by Elise Anderson, and the Bearcats stay alive.
Elise Anderson standing at 6'1", currently ranked number 2 in blocks in the conference.
Well, and you can see why. She's tall. She reaches over and shuts that ball down. In the middle it goes, though, and that one finally put away as Talia Cook hits a perfect 51 in the middle. Zone 5, 1 foot above the net, and the Chargers take set number 1 by a score of 25-20. Welcome back to Friday Night Volleyball here at Camosun College. The Chargers from Camosun take set number 1, 25-20, and we are just in the starting stages of set number 2 as an errant pass is received by the Bearcats, but they get it over. Chargers going to give a free ball opportunity. Can CBC capitalize out of the middle? Yes, they do. That one is up and down.
And props to number 9. Tough pass on the Bearcats side. Number 9, instead of giving the Chargers a free ball, putting up a good swing, getting the Chargers out of system, and then getting a free ball from the Chargers, able to transition there. Great job by number 9.
Number 9, and that was Nicole Reed out of Chilliwack. Here's the step that didn't look like it was going to work, but the change of play and good control managed to score that point for the Chargers. So sometimes it's not really all about big heat.
Sometimes, you know, just a little roll shot into the middle of the court gets everybody not knowing what they're supposed to do. Tough luck on the Bearcat side.
Oh, big hit coming from the outside there. But the Chargers keep it alive. Another opportunity. This time it's in the middle, kept alive off a knee. And the third time in the middle. And the referee is signaling a reserve. Now this was exactly the same as we saw last week. It was a rebound off a block, hit the knee. I think maybe the ref thought it was down on the ground, so it was an early whistle called, but it was actually legal. You can touch the ball with any part of your body. But sometimes it seems like an impossibility. And this one is stuff blocked on the outside by the Chargers, Chantel Doby.
And that's the importance of being consistent with your pass, right? As soon as that pass is a little bit off the setter, then it's a double block in front of the hitter. It makes the job a lot harder.
Yeah, you got those four hands reaching for the ball, and there is a passing error in the backcourt committed by Nicole Reed. She tried to take that one with her hands. The ball dropped in front of her and it was too low. See if she can step up this time, take it with her forearms. She does, but it's inside, but she takes a rip at it and says, I may make one mistake, but the second one is going down.
That's right. Great job by number 9, Nicole Reed. She has a great approach, that high set, still able to adjust her approach and able to take a swing on that ball. Beautiful attack by number 9.
She's out of Sardis Secondary School. Into the middle with the Chargers, and again it's Doby. And that's one thing that you notice there, the middle, the tempo in the middle there is much faster than the way that the Bearcats set it.
Much faster, right? The Bearcats, they have tall middles. Their passing is not very consistent right now. The Chargers, on the other hand, being very consistent with the passing game, able to connect through the middle a lot more often.
Oh, and what a big serve that was. Top spin, side spin, moving away from you.
From up there, down, right? It's a downward trajectory for that ball. Great service by Erica Bowling.
And remember, if you're on the passing lineup, you have 3 players on the other team that are creating what's called a screen. So you barely see that ball until the very last second.
And Erica missing that serve, taking all the risks with her serving game, not able to connect right there.
Reed has a chance though. She comes in with a nice hard float serve, but it was taken perfectly, and what a beautiful back set, one-on-one, and almost all the time that's going to be in favor of the attacker.
And again, the Chargers in system, that pass right at the setter's hands. And then she has all the options, right? Making sure her attacker has a single blocker in front of them.
Van Brabant made no mistake about that. And another error, as I'm not sure what happened there, but it looked like Reed was trying to get out of the way and she ducked right into it.
Yeah, I felt like she was waiting for the libero to take that ball, and then a little bit of a miscommunication there, point Chargers.
And the libero is the person wearing the other colored jersey as the Bearcats commit a net violation. The ball's set very close to the net, and on the follow through, there's the brush, and you're not allowed to touch any part of the net. So a timeout is taken early here as the Chargers have jumped out to an 8-3 lead. So the Bearcats have been talking it over on the sidelines as their coach is drawing out some plans for them. Rebecca Weeb, she has really turned this program around, as we mentioned off the top, just one match short of making playoffs last year. And you can see these players are close. It's just some of their finish not quite there.
Yeah, you can tell the Bearcats, they have been on this upwards trajectory over the last few seasons, right? Just visually, it looks better, looks a little bit more intense. They're doing pretty good so far. Just not able to finish the plays they'll be able to set up.
Well, they got a couple of starting rookies, and really the veterans make all the difference in this game as the big matchup at the net. Here's a chance for the Chargers. In transition, there's that quick play, but this time it is driven into the net on their own side by Rylan Borman. So one of the few offensive errors that we've seen from Camosun. They've been pretty steady. Another perfect pass, but a miscommunication. Center middle, and that's kind of a commit type of attack, right? You're just running in as fast as you can as an attacker and hoping the ball's there.
If there's any sort of miscommunication between the middle and the center there, it will happen what just happened right there.
Total miss. Try it again. Nope, it's to the outside, and this one is down. So really interesting when you think of this strategically. The last one was going to the middle. You think as a blocker on the other side, are they going to go back to the middle or will they go to the outside? And who do I commit to? Big gap opens up and you're able to put it down.
And Avery had the option, right? Again, another good pass right at her hands, picking Riley at the left side to kill that ball.
Tough serve, but it's handled. Free ball though, no, it is not going to go over as there's no opportunity for Jill Barkey to kind of turn that one back into play. So from the end line, the Chargers continue to dominate as Eden Van Brabant has a second opportunity. Oh, and it's a tough one, but a beautiful save. What a block in the middle there. The Chargers anticipating that, moving early, and Talia Cook was all over that.
Great job by the Chargers. Chargers showing a lot of consistency right now. And it might not be so clear through the streaming, but that serve is coming so fast and so much weight. Props to Eden for putting up a good serve for the Chargers.
So you're trying to take as much spin off this ball. So it's kind of like a knuckleball in baseball where it's moving all the time. But this one is returned by Kiana Weeb out of the middle for the Bearcats, and they get a chance now to put some points on the board.
That's what the Bearcats have to do. They have to cut off those good service runs right away. So good pass, able to connect through the middle. Good job by the Bearcats.
Of course, that's what you see from veteran teams is not many points in bunches. Chargers, a second opportunity. And this one scores, again, on a little tip from Talia Cook. She saw the block and she just tipped around it.
Bearcats complaining about a fourth touch there, thinking that ball did not cross the net or touch a blocker, but the Chargers able to score that point.
Yes, in this game, it doesn't matter what you think. It just matters what the referee thinks as the Bearcats come back with fury in the middle.
Beautiful job by the Bearcats, able to connect through the middle with number 7, Kiana.
So this sets up an opportunity for Jill Barkey as she goes through her pre-serve routine. Puts a good one in, but what a perfect pass on the outside. Bearcats get a piece of it, and they go back in the middle. Both sides here, the block, getting touches on the ball, but when you've got power on the wing, like Bolink, you got to have a whole hand wrapped on that.
The Chargers showing a lot of care and quality with those passes, right? Avery Henson not having to run around the court to set that ball, able to pick her options.
And there's a little dump over from the middle, but the Chargers coming back, and this time there's a tip. And that's really interesting, right? Because you got a big hitter like that, you're thinking heat, and the little tip, and it scores in an open area.
And that's the importance of being aggressive, right? Props to Erica for changing the swing type right there.
And so that forces the second timeout from the Bearcats, and we'll take a timeout as well. Welcome back to Camosun College and this matchup between the Bearcats from Columbia Bible College and the Chargers. Well, so far, the Chargers have been in control since almost about 6 points in the opening set. We're in set number 2. Chargers 25-20 winners in that one. And in set number 2, it's 14-7. The Chargers on top, certainly the most consistent of the two teams so far. But this one sails long coming out of the timeout, and it gives the Bear Chants an opportunity to dig into that gap. And this is Akiana Oib on the end line. Well, she sends a good one over, and it's an over bump, but it is clubbed out of bounds. Oh, what a perfect opportunity there for the Bearcats to steal a point off serve.
Yeah, tough luck for the Bearcats. Cannot miss those overpasses. Kiana able to put up a good serve, just not able to convert into a point.
There's a good pass. Set is in the middle, and it is off hands and down. So the Bearcats score that point as it looked like the Chargers there were just a little bit late on that. Chantel Doby. But so far that passing from the team in white has been pretty amazing.
And that's what the Bearcats have to do, right? If they want to get back into this game, they have to match the consistency of the Chargers.
Well, it just gives you so many options on offense that it's hard for the blockers to defend. And there's another smoking serve from the end line.
Erica doing what she does best. I lost count here, but maybe that's her third ace of the match so far. Expect more from the Chargers' left side.
And the great thing is, with a player like that, that even if you don't get an ace, you're forcing passes that are to the 3 or 4 meter line, and then it's so hard for your defenders, and that ball is hit long, looked like going after hands on the top.
Yeah, Bearcats still able to put up a good pass considering what a tough serve it was. Just not able to kill that ball. Erica back and serve it.
Well, the back row digging in, ready for this heat, but they get a little bit of reprieve there as the ball is into the tape.
And we'll see if the Chargers can maintain this lead into the 20s or if they're going to allow the Bearcats to come back and cut that lead a little bit.
Well, we saw some substitutions late in the first set, and the Bearcats went on a 4-0 run. And so far, great defense in this rally, but this one is not going to go over as Jill Barkey. I don't know if she, I don't think she meant to do that. Trying to take maybe some heat off it.
Yeah, trying to go for an open hand tip, a little bit too far from the net. Maybe a roll shot was a better option, not able to put that ball over the net. Point Chargers.
Ed, I remember watching you do that, and you were just going to rip on it. It doesn't matter. The Chargers score another one as this one shanks off Jill Barkey's hands. So that's 2 errors in a row for her, and she's going to have a little seat on the sidelines as Abby Leading comes in replacement. See if she gets tested on the serve. No, it's a perfect pass. A dig, though, from the Chargers. Here they come in transition. They are out of the pipe, and that one is down as Bolink is having a day.
Wow, what a play by the Chargers. The Bearcats able to put up a good pass there. Great dig on the Chargers side, and then calling for Erica Bolink out of the pipe. Great job by the Chargers.
So right now, the Chargers are all over the Bearcats in this match. Offensively more consistent, tougher serving, and better passing. Here's a chance on the outside. And that one scores. And if you're coming in cold, set number 2, you kind of haven't been in before. How important is it to score that point?
Oh, it just takes a little bit of pressure off your shoulders, right? You're coming into a game, you know your team needs you. That's why you're getting into the game. Tough night for the Bearcats so far. And then number 4 for the Bearcats, able to score that ball. Let's see if she can keep up with it.
Well, not going to have an opportunity to block a ball, but she will be on serve receive in this rotation as well, as she is in the left back position on serve receive. And she gets tested. Ball set to the middle. Bolink again. This time she tips in the middle, out of the pipe. On the right side, attack is Doug. Bolink involved in that, but she can't drill that ball high enough to allow her team to come in and pick it up.
That's right. Great hit by number 10, Michaela Friesen. Currently ranked number 7th in kills per set in the conference. Number 6 in total offense.
And Quinn Tournier coming in on the Chargers side as Rylan Borman takes a break. And the sniveler on the top of the tape drops right in front of the Chargers, and that scores a point.
Great service by number 10, going for that top spin, and it pays off to be aggressive, right? She was aggressive on that service, getting a little bit of help from the net there. Great job by number 10.
Michaela Friesen. And this one, though, can't climb over that net. Stopped at the tape, but as you say, pretty good run for her, as she's from the Mennonite Educational Institute. Hometown is in Abbotsford. MEI, of course, lots of history in school-based volleyball. Lots of successful history. 23-14 is the score. Set number 2, Chargers up. Here's an over bump. Bearcats on transition. Try the first time over, but it's an error, and they just cannot convert. Nothing is working.
Bearcats able to put up a good serve, free ball back on their side, but then not able to get a good pass on that free ball. Point Chargers.
Another bit of an errant pass. But now there is a strong hit as Reed drawn way inside, but she hits high and off hands.
Reed just showing off her experience and her ability to hit those high balls, right? Great work by adjusting her approach and still able to hit a nice and high swing off the blocker's hands.
A bit of a weak pass there put up. The block is there, and unfortunately, I think the Bearcats thought that it touched one of the Chargers, but actually rolled out of bounds. And that will do it as Camosun takes a 25-15 win in set number 2, and they are up 2-0 in this best-of-5 match.
What is your path? Your path can be long. It can be short, winding, or straight. Sometimes it takes you on unknown, rough, and hilly terrain, and sometimes is familiar, smooth, and flat. What a path does best is take you from where you are to where you want to be. And, like most journeys, it helps to have a friendly face with you. At Camosun College, we walk with you, with respect and honor, helping you go through the obstacles in your way, or cheering as you move out front and forge your own path. And always, no matter what path you take, we'll be there with you. Your path to community. Your path to creativity. Your path to opportunity. Your path to success. Camosun College.
Thanks for joining us for Friday Night Volleyball at Camosun College. This matchup between the Bearcats from Columbia Bible College and the Camosun Chargers. So far, Ed, it has been all Chargers volleyball dominating the Bearcats in almost every statistical category.
The Chargers just showing off their strength right here. Playing a really consistent game so far. Really good passing the ball right now. And not missing many serves, so great job by the Chargers, and there's another good pass by Paige.
Well, perfect example on that. Really tough serve, and Paige Roslinski looked like she got twisted almost right around, but popped that straight on the setter's head.
Yeah, we call it resourcefulness, right? Not able to track that ball with her feet, but still able to put up a good pass.
Talia Cook puts a tough one in. And this one is long, but it's dug and kept alive. Oh, and down the line it goes. That looked like a poach on defense there. Michaela Friesen looked like she jumped in front. I thought Abby Leading was going to have that.
And that's the importance of being aggressive on all your actions in the volleyball game, right? Erica put up a good swing there. Not so much hit behind that ball, but still able to score.
And the Bearcats are having all kinds of trouble, as the thing about the Chargers serves, even on their float serves, they're jump floats, and they have good angle and really good pace. And the last couple, one was down the line, the other was to the cross court, so the placement has been exceptional as well.
And that's the thing, Charles. Being aggressive doesn't mean going for a spin serve all the time. A flow serve can be as effective, if not more effective, than a spin serve, right? The chances of error are less. You're still able to put up a good serve there and getting the other team out of system. So great job by the Chargers right here.
as they take a 4-0, make that 4-1 lead early in set number 3. So remember, this is a best of 5 for the Bearcats. It's do or die. And for the Chargers, they'll be looking for the sweep. Kiana Weeb, one of the middle players, in the backcourt on the serve. And out it goes. So that is an ace scored by CBC. That's a bit of an errant pass coming from Eden Van Brabant.
And Kiana Weeb, number 7 of the Bearcats, showing why she's currently ranked number 1 in aces on the conference. A little bit of a hybrid serve right there.
But I jinxed her again as this one into the net.
But that's what happens when we have to play from behind, Charles, right? You have to put up even harder servers, right? And then your chances of mistakes increase, right? So the Bearcats are in that position right now, really having to serve a really tough ball.
And all kinds of trouble on the dark blue side of the court. And it really starts from that first contact over there, and it's not consistent. Sometimes it's in the middle, sometimes over to the left, sometimes back to the right. The setter is like in a track meet, just trying to track the ball down.
It can be a tough night for the setter if the passing game is not consistent, right? Props to the Chargers for being so consistent with their serving and passing game tonight.
Well, Olivia Pedersen, who is that setter, running 5K tonight, but she puts a decent serve in. Outside it goes. Dug by the Bearcats, and they have a chance now. But Camosun is there. Back and forth it goes. Can we get a kill here? Another opportunity, and the tip is there. Dug. Oh, and this one back and forth it went, but Chantel Doby, she saw what was going on and stood her ground in the middle and rejected that ball.
Great hustle game by the Chargers, bodies on the deck, everybody going for that ball and able to score. Erica serving right now.
Good rally that time, both sides digging in here, set number 3. But that serve is just too hard, and we have seen that over and over from Bowling.
Erica's just rad hot from the service line right now, really consistent, right? It's a tough serve to put in, to be consistent with. She's been able to do that tonight.
Well, her toss so far has been perfect. And this one, boy, she almost gave a headshot over there. The libero was trying to make that dig. Meredith Edgar almost took one in the chops. Just got her hands up in time to protect herself. And so the Bearcats are sending in their second libero to see if she can handle this ball. Emma Jackson doesn't get the chance, but here come the Bearcats. Doug, Chargers in transition, and this is off the block and out of bounds as Borman takes a whack at it.
Chargers just playing textbook volleyball right now. They're really consistent with the service game and then getting that ball in transition and able to score.
And with that point, Columbia Bible College take a break, and so will we. Welcome back to Chargers Volleyball in beautiful Victoria and the interurban campus of Camosun College. So far, it's been all Chargers over the Bearcats, but Ed, it's not like the Bearcats are a bad team. I mean, they're actually a pretty good team, but the Chargers seem to be just they seem to have put it together this week.
Yeah, the score might tell you, might make you think that the Bearcats are not a very good team, but they are a good team, right? Great players there. Number 9, Nicole Reed. Number 7, Kiana Weeb. It's just that the Chargers tonight are just doing what they do best, right? Serving the ball really well and being really consistent with the passing game, right? And when those first touches, you know, they're consistent, the game gets a lot easier for the Chargers.
And Rebecca Weeb, the coach on the Bearcats side, trying everything, mixing up her liberos, bringing in substitutes, anything to try to handle this power. But in the end, it's the net that does the work for her. But you know, those substitutions, we've seen it over and over and over. I remember I used to tell my players all the time, like, what's the deal? Why do you miss your serve coming out of a substitution? But somehow or other, it seems to happen. And in this case, you go back and then you serve that ball out of bounds. It's like double trouble here.
Yeah, if the Bearcats want to have any chance here tonight to getting back into this game, you know, they cannot, you know, they're not able to afford those kind of mistakes.
Dobie puts that one in. Now it's a good pass. And this one wipes off the block. And it looked like that hit Ryland Borman and some rattled around in between her hands before going down on the Chargers side.
You can tell how hard it's been for the Bearcats to kill a ball, right? Chargers touching on every single ball on defense right now.
Anderson puts the ball in play. There's the back step around, and this one is ricocheted off the blocker's hands. That's a really interesting play from Elise Anderson.
Yeah, Chargers able to connect through the middle there with number 14, Talia Cook, third-year middle from Victoria, BC, having a really consistent season so far.
And more troubles in the backcourt as this one ricochets off the passers and out of bounds. Eden Van Brabant and Eden and Bolink have been stellar from that back line. One with the spin, the other with the jump floaty. And 2 in a row. And what she's trying to do is to get that passer down there to move outside and try to kind of dig that ball back.
Yeah, as a passer, you have to get your body behind that ball. If you only go for hands and arms, you know, there's a higher chance of that ball, you know, shanking in your hands and going for the wall like it did.
We'll see if she can make it 3 in a row. She goes back to the same spot. This one is finally dug. The hit comes, stayed alive. Oh, that's terrific footwork from Ryland Borman. She was down on the ground as that ball was released from the center and managed to get up, get in, and hit it.
Bearcats almost able to get a kill there. One hand dig by Paige, and then the Chargers able to connect on that transition.
A little bit of a chat with the referee here, as you see Nicole Reed, the captain, on the sideline, talking to the referee, and he's waving his hands, saying none of that. I don't know if there was some, maybe some talking going on, shall we say.
Yeah, Bearcats with some doubts there, with some questions. We'll see what happens now.
Well, emotions tend to run high when you are not playing the way that you want to play. Here's another opportunity for Borman, but this one is dug, kept alive. And a rip from the back row, but it is just out of bounds, so unlucky and unfortunate for the Bearcats.
Great rally there. Chargers with the high ball set for Ryland, able to go for a high swing. Bearcats just not able to transition that ball.
And timeout number 2 taken by the Bearcats as they are in a big hole. It is 17-5 for the Chargers over CBC in set number 3 here on a Friday night of PACWEST League Volleyball. The Chargers are up 2-0, and they are on the threshold of closing this one out as they start to bring in some of the players off the sidelines. That's number 12, Christina Sofakidis coming in. Eden Van Brabant still at the end line, and she has been deadly with that cross-court serve. Goes to the line this time though, but the end result is the same, a big hit down to the ground.
Textbook side out by the Bearcats, pass right at the center hands and able to connect through the middle. Great job by the Bearcats.
Well, the Bearcats are going to have to go a minimum of 2-for-1s now if they want to stay in this. But that is not going to happen on that particular play as Quinn Tournier rolls that one off the block and down. And she has an opportunity to enter the ball. A little court maintenance taking place there as the Bearcats get ready to receive. Tough jump float down the line, and that's at least 3 that we have seen. So it's got to be part of the Charger strategy is go down the line on your serve, take that attacker out of the play.
You can tell it's not like a single player characteristic, right? This is a team strategy, right? All of their players being really consistent with their service.
This one, though, is into the net. It is 19-7. And Olivia Trianfi is back on the end line. Sorry, make that Abby Leading on the end line. Chargers handle this one. Blocked though. And I think the referees are saying it wasn't blocked, it was the net that did all the work.
Great serve by number 4, Abby Leading, putting the Chargers out of system there.
And that serve is into the net. So you work hard to try to get a point. You go back to trying to get some momentum going, and you serve it into the net or long. I mean, that's got to be deflating.
Yeah, and that's what we talked earlier before the match, right? If the Bearcats wanted to have any chance tonight, they would have to be really consistent with their actions, and that's just not happening right now.
But they do get one back there as it goes off the net and out from Talia Cook. So we'll see this time if Kiana Weeb can make a difference.
Kiana Weeb, the best server of the conference so far.
There's that little hybrid you talked about. Does give a free ball opportunity. Here they come in transition, and this one scores. So, boy, if you can get that ball up to the setter's hands, we can see that these Bearcats, they've got some athletes.
Exactly, right? Bearcats with many great actions tonight. Just, like I said, lacking on that consistency part of the game, right?
So it's the fine tuning. And this one into the tape. So another thing you can't afford is just so many misses. And you can see a lot of misses in high-risk serves like the big spins, but floats you should be able to control a little more, don't you think?
Yeah, float serves, you're taking a little bit less risk there, a little bit more of a strategic serve. You can still be really effective and tough to pass that ball, sometimes even more than a spin serve, but the Bearcats just not able to connect there.
And this one somehow, Bearcats keep it over, a blind attack, and that one is successful. So Eden Van Brabant looking behind her, doesn't see where the block or the defenders are, but she's just giving it a rip.
Great job by number 3 of the Chargers, right? High ball set to her and just going high, off hands, deep, shots for the right side of the Chargers. Great job by Eden.
And another one goes into the net. So this is the setter for the Bearcats, Olivia Pedersen. Left-hander, see if she can put it in play, but what a perfect pass that is. Kept alive. There's the attack. Bearcats have a chance here. Go back to the wing, and the block is there. This time it is rejected.
Great rally. Great blocking job by the Chargers here on this long rally.
Yeah, Sofakidis there, just anchoring the outside on that block, and she's now back to serve. There's a quick ball in the middle, but it doesn't get over. And that one again, about 2.5 meters off the tape. So you really got to have some skill to find the attacker.
Yeah, that's just a reflection of what was the whole night for the Bearcats. A tough night for the Bearcats, passing that ball, putting the setter with a lot of trouble to pick their attackers.
But they are still alive. Chargers have doubled their score. It's 24-12, so the Chargers have 13 match points. But it's not going to happen there as an ace is scored on that errant pass from Quinn Tournier.
Number 9, Nicole Reed, putting up a good serve, nice and flat float serve right there.
Can she do it again? Back set's coming. Kept alive. Bearcats transition to the right side, but it is off the tape. And an error from Jill Barkey on a set that was a little tight, and that will do it. And the Chargers win set number 3 by a score of 25-13. And really, Ed, I mean, there was no chance for the Bearcats with the level at which the Chargers were playing.
Yeah, really this was a Chargers win more so than a Bearcats loss, if we can say that, right? The Chargers just showed off a really consistent match throughout the night, not giving the Bearcats any chance to get back into this game, right? Great service and passing game by the Chargers, just showing off a lot of skill tonight here at Pisces.
Well, the Bearcats will have another opportunity tomorrow to see if they can earn a split. But for tonight, it is a 3-0 sweep as the Camosun Chargers defeat the Columbia Bible College Bearcats.
What is your path? Your path can be long. It can be short, winding, or straight. Sometimes it takes you on unknown, rough, and hilly terrain. And sometimes it's familiar, smooth, and flat. What a path does best is take you from where you are to where you want to be. And, like most journeys, it helps to have a friendly face with you. At Camosun College, we walk with you, with respect and honor, helping you go through the obstacles in your way, or cheering as you move out front and forge your own path. And always, no matter what path you take, we'll be there with you. Your path to community. Your path to creativity. Your path to opportunity. Your path to success. Camosun College.
Welcome back to the Chargers Gymnasium, where Camosun has just pulled off a 3-0 sweep over the Columbia College Bearcats. I'm here with Avery Hansen. She's the setter for this Chargers team, and congratulations. How does that feel when you know you have every option?
Yeah, I feel really lucky to be on a team like this. Like, I just got to play my own game. I didn't have to worry about, like, trouble balls or anything like that. I got to set whoever I wanted. It worked really well for being able to execute our game plan.
Yeah, on the other side, it was a bit of a track meet we were talking about. It must be like running a 10K when you're running after those balls that are errant. You got a pretty good connection as well with your middles a lot of the time. You're much, much faster than many of the teams that we've seen. Have you worked on that connection a lot?
Yeah, we focused on that a lot this week in practice. That was our main focus, was our middle connection. I don't know if that worked necessarily as well last week against VIU, so yeah, focused on that, and I think it was executed well.
Yeah, you kind of have to have good passing for that.
Yes, very true.
Yeah. So you are playing now in the PACWEST from Alberta. So what's the motivation? It must be this beautiful climate we have here on the West Coast that brought you here.
Yeah, definitely, Victoria. I'm from Red Deer, so this area is definitely a bit more attractive than the prairies to me, at least, but yeah.
And how has it been so far for you as a member of this Chargers team and their starting setter?
I've loved it. Yeah, I got really lucky with our teams. Like, all of the girls have been great. The coaching has been great. The atmosphere, the location, our facilities, everything.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on a terrific match.
Thank you.
A 3-0 sweep for the Camosun Chargers as they take this one, and they're in the win column again. They move to 4-1. And the Bearcats are looking for, hopefully, a win tomorrow for them. But the Chargers will have a lot to say about that. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you soon.